Well, good evening. As if by magic, the shopkeeper appeared. Well, nice to be here again. Foul weather out. Pouring down with rain. Shouldn't say pissing on YouTube. Loads of words you shouldn't say. Pissing is one of them. So I thought I'd give you an update on our You'll see me from time to time screw my face up or go into some kind of mini sort of convulsion or whatever. Forgive me, I am suffering incredibly at the moment from fibromyalgia in my neck and shoulder and head. Pains in my head are awful. I've also got a huge dose of sciatica in both legs. You want to go out, I'm going around on a crutch, which is not good. So if I screw my face up or jolt a bit or something, you know why. Forgive me. It's not intentional. Somebody was saying, getting away from that, somebody was saying last time, I forget who, Brush and Quill, was it? My last video, he liked the background music. And I've just listened to the video and I was trying to work out what I was playing when I was making that video. To the best of my knowledge, it was this. I'll check it again to try and make absolutely sure this is what it was, but to my best of my ability, it was that. Revolutions, the very best of Stevie Winwood. If you haven't got it, get it. It's very good. So that's what I was playing. I was going to give you an update on the 54mm Airfix English Civil War Pikeman, but just before I do, our British Hussars, Airfix British Hussars, I've done all the flesh tone, that's finished, and I've started on the blue jackets and blue tunic. Probably doesn't show on this. Let's see if I can get it a bit closer. No, it doesn't focus. This is only an iPhone. I mean, it's but that's what I've started. I've done a couple of them. So that's where I'm at with the Airfix British Hussars, which I've come to the conclusion, looking at all the detail on them and the way they've been done, are absolutely superb. I mean, for Airfix figures, yeah, they are absolutely superb. I mean, I have issues with the horses, the way they're put to the bases. They do all that. You need at least 3 legs on a base to make the horse stable. Yeah, you can have one leg. You can have one leg off the base, but if you're just going to put them on the base with 2 legs, it's not going to happen. They're going to do all this business, and you're going to damage your paint job and all the rest of it. They're not going to stand up to wargaming, for sure. Which is why I did what I did with them and built up under 1 leg to steady them up. Outside of the issue with that, really, really lovely figures. Looking at I'm looking at them now. The detail on them is quite beautiful. I mean, I don't know who sculpted them. I don't know whether you could find out who sculpted these figures, but beautiful job. Beautiful job. I mean, for 20mm figures, the level of detail on these particular figures is quite beautiful. All the braiding on the tunic and the jacket and on the back and everything. And yeah, they're going to look super nice when they're finished. Trouble with me is I don't paint real quick due to many reasons. But anyway, our 54mm Airfix English Civil War Pikeman. As I said to you in previous, I was going to use a new torso because we had loads of bits. So I was going to use a new torso, take the legs off the grotty old torso that I had. I had a torso with legs attached and one arm, and that was it. So I said I would take the legs off that, use those legs onto a new torso. Well, I come to realise that the legs weren't original legs. They weren't the right legs, because I went online and I found a picture of the sprays with the parts in, so I knew exactly how many pieces I should have and what the pieces were, which was fantastic. So here's all the pieces you should have. So I realized I didn't have the right legs. So I went back into the spares stuff and I found an original leg, which was fabulous. The right leg, I found the right leg, but didn't have a left leg. But I found something that was a really damn good match, to be honest with you. I don't know what model it's from, I have no idea. But I've had to make it fit, if you like. As you can see, there's some, my little stick, there's some filler there, and some in the back side as well. It goes all the way around, goes around the crotch and everything, some filler. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad. The only thing I gotta do, I'll tell you one thing I gotta do, is where the, this is not good picturing really, and the lighting in here is shit tonight, but where the breeches meet the stocking on the new leg, I just have to make a tiny modification to blend that in with the original leg. But outside of that, I mean, it was a good leg. I mean, the shoe was correct, which was great. I mean, the position of the leg wasn't too bad, actually. It was pretty good. And I've trimmed it and shaped it so that you can see that the torso will fit. See if I can just hold that down there a bit. So the torso will fit. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to leave that filler dry. I can sand that back. I've sanded back around the bottom of the torso around there where you got lines, to get rid of them. I'm not worried about the lines down the side of here, because that would have been in 2 bits anyway. The breastplate and the back plate would have been in 2 bits anyway, so I'm not worried about that. If that shows up when it's painted, I'll be quite happy, actually. Ideal, because we're joined together anyway. Straps going across the top. I've tried to make sure there's no sort of join marks in them going across the top of the thing. But that's where we're at with our 54mm English Civil War pikeman. It's nice to have a little change of something else, and it's going to be nice to resurrect this figure out of a out of a box of scrap. it's going to be nice, because it was just scrap bits I bought on eBay, as I showed you, and there was enough to make a Civil War pikeman. So I thought, yeah, why not? And I do believe I have enough to possibly make a Civil War musketeer. The only thing I haven't got, which come with the original, I haven't got the original head. But in this box of spares, I had plenty of heads anyway, so that wasn't a problem. So I got a head for it. Get a head. The only thing that I haven't got, which come with the original pack, was a little sheet of plastic card to make the webbing, you know, the straps, the belts and everything. So I gotta find something for that. Thick paper or something, perhaps. So that's one thing we gotta do. Yeah, it was good going online and finding pictures of the sprees with the parts in. Tells you exactly what should be there. And I also found a picture of the instructions, which was good, because the instructions were on the back of the pack. These figures came in like clear plastic blister on a card, on the top of the card, folded over around the back, and you opened it up and there was your instructions. So I found a picture of that, which was fantastic. So that's nice. And they give you, I noticed, 4 arms with it, 4 different arms. So that gives you a choice of position you want to do. And I've got all 4 arms as well, which was great. So I'm not limited to the pose I can give this figure. The only thing I haven't got, the pike came in 2 sections. A short section with the point on it, and then a longer, just a section. I haven't got the long section, I just got the short piece with the point on it. So I'm going to have to find something to make up the rest of the pike, and I'm going to have to work out how long that piece was. I use a piece of copper wire or garden wire or something. I loads of that here. Just get a piece and make it really nice and straight. Should be roughly the right thickness as well, but that's a way off anyway. Next step is to sand down that pair of legs and make the little modifications to the top of the breeches, bottom of the breeches and the stocking, just to blend it in with the other one. Yeah, then sand down the filler, and then I can join the torso to the legs. I think that's going to need a little bit of filler also. It's not an exact fit what I've done. It's not an exact fit, but it's you can see how well you can see that. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. And what you want to do, I've noticed what you want to do is with this torso, you want to push it to the front slightly so it overhangs the legs slightly, because you've got 2 pieces of armor, the 2 plates that come down off the, I think they come down over the legs a bit, if I remember rightly, so you want to push that out a bit. I'm going to check that out. I think that's the way it works, because this leg here is a bit scruffy. The lighting here is shite, but that bit there is scruffy, where there was an old plate attached and I had to dig it off. I got new plates. That's one thing I have got. I've got some new plates, so I'm gonna sand that down a bit. It's not going to be too bad because the new plate's going to cover it. So it's, yeah, it's looking good. It's going to be a nice figure. It's going to be a really nice figure. Really nice little project. Just to make something different. Make something different. So anyway, I'm starting to... Shut up. I'm starting to ramble now. Ooh. I'm starting to ramble, and I'm going to go and get a cup of tea and try and unwind. You know the worst thing with this is, I'll tell you before I go, the worst thing with this is, you wake up like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning in bed, and you've got absolute agony of pain in your neck. It runs up into your head, and it's just like, pain is absolutely excruciating. I mean, so anyway, I'm starting to moan now and ramble. I'm sounding like an old lady. So as always, thanks to everybody for subscribing. I can't understand why I'm only at 32 subscribers. Being that I'm so awfully nice, I don't understand it. Why am I only at 32 subscribers? Oh well, mine is not the question, just the reason why. Thanks for subscribing, thanks for all your comments. I believe that was the music, Mr. Winwood. I'll listen to it again. Work out for sure. I believe that was it. If you haven't got it, get it. Or if you want a copy, give me your address, I'll send you a copy. You can have it. It's really, really good listening. I always like to have music going when I'm painting or at the bench working. I like to have some kind of noise going. I've got hundreds of CDs, literally hundreds and hundreds of them. Music helps my sanity a lot, which is one thing. Who was it was saying he had mental health issues? Gavin Booth. And he was saying how he deals with his mental health issues. I don't really have mental health issues, or I have some post-traumatic stress stuff I have to deal with, but it's mainly physical stuff and pain and all that I have to try and circumnavigate. One of the ways I do that is sort of distraction therapy. Doing this, miniatures, is a distraction. Listening to music is a distraction. And if you can distract yourself, then you end up taking less of these, which is fantastic because they don't do you any favors anyway, really. Bung you up, the opiates, because they bung you up. So then you end up with what we as kids used to call the metrics. You end up with the metrics. If you don't know what the metrics are, metric miles, piles, because you bunged up and you strain yourself, you end up getting hemorrhoids. So yeah, distraction therapy, and he is very good. He is very good. So anyway, I'm rambling again, and I'm going on and on and on. So I'm gonna get a cup of tea or get something anyway, and try and relax. As always, thanks for your comments. Thanks for thanks for subscribing. Enjoy all the videos enormously, and we'll see you on the next one.